Hello again and welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the title, things were a little different this week and decidedly unplanned. So a little user review of the UK NHS here in Norwich. Thursday night, an emergency call to the 999 number produced a paramedic within 10 minutes into the driveway in the Skoda 4x4. A quick assessment and running repairs resulted in an immediate CAS-evac to A&E. This service was without question outstanding, and the lift in the Skoda was a clear saving on time, avoiding a wait for the ambulance, even if it meant the second team member was all scrunched up in the rear seats with the gear. Thanks, Charlotte. Note to East of England Ambulance Service: your move to an all-electric fleet probably needs to be run past your frontline staff again. Turning to the reception at the Norfolk and Norwich Hospital A&E department, the wait to be ushered into a bay for assessment was none. Straight in. Outstanding. After assessment, it was off to the ambulatory major department, and the waiting time to be seen was maybe 15 minutes after stabilization. Having gotten plugged by the doctor and being advised that this was serious enough for a 48-hour admission, a bed was found, and the time from treatment to ward was probably less than an hour. Having spent the first night on the check-in ward of maybe 8 beds per bay, there was a quick transfer to the high-dependency ward next door. The new quarters comprised of a 3-bedroom, with bathroom facilities including a shower, and with a view like this. Then it turned into the start of a bad joke along the lines of, there was an Englishman, an Irishman, and a man from Birmingham. It was an absolute hoot. Our Irish friend was discharged and replaced by a chap who had almost chopped his hand off in an industrial accident, agricultural. Imagine the paperwork. If matched with hotels across the planet, either endured or enjoyed from a commercial career, this and hospital was touching the top of the list. Tea and biscuits 4 times a day to keep your hydration up, together with multicultural staff from the likes of Catalonia, Kenya, and Hungary, as well as from the local pool of expertise. This whole operation just hummed like a well-oiled machine. So let's look at the bit more you see in the press, and that is hospital food. Here you would think that the experience would fall apart, because that is what you expect. But, even acknowledging the fact that given the situation of anything is better than nothing, you would be wrong. Whichever catering company the hospital uses, and not naming names, again from the Englishman, Irishman, and the man from Birmingham perspective, and our friend with the knife injury, the snap was excellent. Lots of flavor, not that cold. Even with the kitchen to ward distances involved, it was so good that 4 dishes were given outstanding awards, namely the cauliflower cheese, the summer fruit crumble, the corned beef hash, and the apricot crumble. If that was catering standard custard. Bring it on. So, topics of on-ward conversation. Leicester car parks and people named Richard. Bacon sandwiches. Road trips. First Nation Americans. If you come from Barcelona, why end up in Norwich by choice? Only Irish people can pour Guinness. And again, people named Richard who are so unlucky in life, they probably don't get offered compression socks, last in the T roster, and only a hunchback and a Leicester car park to look forward to. Finally, looking at checkout, discharge. Easy. You are in the system and the system will spit you out at the appropriate time. Downsides. Communication: being in the system will look after you, but 2 out of 4 flagged it could do better in keeping the customer informed. There was clear evidence that the weekend brought staffing issues to the fore, and we were all a bit perplexed with the management model of 3 days on and 4 off. Even now, using this model, there is difficulty to figure out how performance can be maintained on a 12.5-hour shift. They probably need to franchise a man with a hoodie in the courtyard. The team's solution: to operate as a reserve pharmacy for zero stock and not stocked items at the one in the hospital. So our conclusions, based on a sample of 4 users over 2 days. Efficiency, got to be an 8 given staff shortages in theater. Transportation, it's a 10. Accommodation, it's a 10. Catering, it's a 10. On ward ambience, it's a 10. Cost free at the point of delivery. That is just so unreal. The cost of the professionals, the equipment, the buildings, and the facilities is probably beyond calculation at a personal level, but like any organization, it's the people, not the spreadsheets, who are the glue. A new strapline should be: Citizen, we have your back.